Hi everyone, Chris from Stone Age Gamer here, and let's talk about this, the Sega Saturn controller. Arguably the best D-pad-centric controller ever created for any platform. It's a wonderful controller, works in every way that you would want it to, but time marches on. Technology gets better, so how do you improve on perfection? You make it wireless. This is the wireless Saturn controller from Retrobit. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we have the officially licensed Sega Saturn wireless controller from Retrobit. These are the same folks that did the wireless Genesis one that we took a look at before. If you're watching these in order, or if you're just finding this, there's another video out there for the wireless Genesis one, which is also pretty snazzy. You can see here I have the clear blue one. It seems that they cycle in and out of different colors on these particular controllers. So depending on when you visit the site, we might have different colors that weren't available at a time, and maybe the blue is there, maybe the blue is not. But either way, this is what I've got in hand right now. And I wanted to do an unboxing because, like the Genesis controller, this has a really, really cool packaging. But let's take a look at the outside here. It's definitely worth noting that this is all designed just like the official Saturn accessories were designed back in the day. The packaging is pretty much spot on, which I just absolutely love that. It's such a great touch. And it's got this shiny bit up here. I don't know how well you can read it. It says 8-button arcade pad, 2.4 gigahertz wireless, includes original port and USB receivers and deluxe storage case. And you better believe this storage case is deluxe. So let's take a quick look inside of this box and show you the awesome storage case. I love this thing. Here we go. Look at that. I get to do this again. My favorite thing in electronics is pulling the plastic film off of accessories or whatever it is. I had my old Atari 2600. I killed the thing off. Years later, it doesn't matter. Here we go. Ready? Let's peel it off. Yes! Look at this thing. Oh, goodness, it's still running. I should probably turn it off. I was just using it earlier before I threw it back in the box to record another piece of the video. And, well, look at it. It's still running. I should probably turn it off. Let's take a look inside here. This is the super cool wireless controller, and we're going to break down all the details in this in just a moment. Let's take a look at the other stuff in the box. Comes with the two dongles, like we said. This is the USB one. If you want to use it on your computer, you can do that. Or you've got this one here. This is the one that plugs into your Saturn port. You just plug that right in. Here's your synchronize button. If you've used wireless controllers before, you pretty much know what this is all about. Just sticks right out of the front of your system, and then you can lift up this fun fuzzy bit here and get your charge cable, your little Retrobit thank you thing. Aw, thanks Retrobit. They're so nice. What friendly people there. There's an instruction manual around here somewhere too, though I think I left it on the other side of the room. Silly me. But anyway, that's the packaging, and it is really quite nice. Makes it seem like it's really important, you know? Oh boy, here we go. Let's put this aside and take a look at the controller. Now here is why you're here. This is the wireless controller right here. Now for a direct comparison, here is the original. Now this is the original Sega Saturn number 2 controller, I believe. I think the original one was a little bit bigger, a little beefier than this. This is where they perfected it. The original one had a weird D-pad. This is the most perfect D-pad in the history of D-pads. I love this thing. I cannot tell you how many hours of the import X-Men vs. Street Fighter with the 4 meg cart that I played on my Saturn. I cannot even put it into words. But even playing stuff like Knights with this controller was great, because I know Knights was designed around that 3D controller with the analog stick, the weird... Check out the Saturn 3D controller sometime if you've never seen it. It doesn't really have an analog stick. It's got like an analog ball thing. It's really weird. But playing Knights with this D-pad is just fine, because this thing works just amazingly. It's a great D-pad. It's got a great 6-button layout. You got your round ones, your concave ones here, your start in the middle, a couple of shoulder buttons, and it feels great. It's a perfect size. It's got a great weight, but it's got this big honking cable sticking out of the back. This solves that problem. So let's take a look. Obviously, since this is a officially licensed controller, these are 1-to-1. Physically speaking, they're the exact same size. This one has pretty much the same weight, though it's kind of hard to tell because this has the cable weighing it down as well. It doesn't feel heavier, and it doesn't feel super light and cheap. It just feels very, well, just feels legitimately great. It's still got the little thing in the back here for where the cable was fed through the controller, which I think is kind of neat. Look, somebody carved AS in the back of this controller. I wonder where I got it. Anyway, so back to this. It works just like the Genesis one that I went over before. This one really just kind of works. I've never had any problems synchronizing it. It's got a rechargeable battery, which is, like I said, it comes with a charge cable, and I've never noticed any kind of button lag or issues with it disconnecting. I've put probably about 2 or 3 hours in this. I've run through Panzer Dragoon once, about half of Panzer Dragoon 2, played some Street Fighter Alpha 2, just to kind of get a real solid feel for the D-pad. So, I mean, I've put this thing through its paces, and I have not run into any issues. The only difference that I can tell is, obviously, you've got stuff like Select and Home for more modern features. If you're using this on your PC or whatever, these buttons do give you some additional functionality. And the overall click of the shoulder buttons, I don't know if you can hear this, these have a very, very small click to them. These just kind of feel a little bit more like regular buttons. They don't have necessarily, maybe a tiny bit more give. I don't know, I think these actually feel a little bit better, all things considered. But you can see it still even has the, they're really hard to see on here, but it has the CD controls, right? Because one of the cool things in the Saturn, back in the old days, you'd put your music CDs in there, and this has these little things printed right on, not printed, like in the plastic of, you know, play, stop, loop, and this is a, you know, fast forward, rewind, and whatnot, and it still works. It's a Saturn controller. It is a legit wireless Saturn controller. It looks great, it feels great, and from all my experience with it, it functions exactly as you'd want it to. The officially licensed wireless Sega Saturn controller from Retrobit is available now at StoneAgeGamer.com in a multitude of colors. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked what you saw today, please comment, like, and subscribe. And let us know what you thought of the wireless Sega Saturn controller if you have one. Leave us a review. Tell us what your favorite Saturn games are. We're always happy to talk Sega Saturn here at Stone Age Gamer. So on behalf of all of us, I'm Chris. Keep playing games.